Hey guys, today we just wanted to talk a bit about what it's like actually being in South Korea with all the stuff that's happening at the moment. So firstly, things are just mostly as normal, right? Everybody's just continuing their life as normal. So the Western media has been having all these very dramatic articles, right? What about the South Korean media? Has it been in the media much here?
Not much. There are some articles. If you just type like North Korea or America or Trump or whatever, but it doesn't really show much. It shows more like the president election in May, or something about Sarah Ferry stuff and the K-pop stuff and all that kind of stuff more than this situation. Like this situation.
I think the point needs to be made that South Korea deals with North Korean tensions all the time.
Yes.
Like every year at about this time there's some type of tension and you get very, very used to North Korea. We're going to do this to you. We're going to do this. Everyone's just like, okay, whatever. So a lot of people, we still have this like feeling of like, okay, yeah, whatever. The difference this time is that Trump is involved and people are more worried about what Trump is going to do, how he's going to F up the situation, than we are actually about the usual North Korean worries.
Yes. And there are different opinions about how to deal with this situation. Some other sides saying that like we should be strong and attacking North Korea. And another side is we shouldn't do it. We should be
delicate with them.
delicate with them and then try to talk to them.
Yeah.
But I think whatever happened, the war is the worst situation. Shouldn't have a war. Because I heard that so many people said, just let's have a war or something. But
it's ridiculous.
It doesn't make sense. Like, you don't know what war is. You know, people will die. Everything with this story.
That's what I read today, actually, that the younger generation is sort of very blasé about it. But it's the older generation that is more concerned this time because they remember what it's like to grow up in poverty after the war or through the war. So there's definitely more worry this time, but the thing is, what can we actually do?
There's nothing we can do much.
Yeah, so people aren't stockpiling stuff or anything like that. All you can do is just sort of go on with your normal life, and that's what South Koreans are very, very good at doing. You know, every year North Korea says they're going to destroy us all, they're going to bomb us, they're going to wipe us out. Like, you get very used to this type of dialogue, and we're only worried now because of Trump. And you know what was so bizarre after the election was I would say publicly my concern about him, and then I'd get all these comments that were like, you know, stay out of it, it's not your business, you're not American, how dare you comment on our politics. Like, this is why we comment on your stupid politics, right? Because we are now in South Korea and we're having these problems because Trump is doing this stuff. Like, it blows my mind that there's Americans that vote in a way that they think it doesn't affect the rest of the world. The other big problem with Trump is that he's playing into the propaganda of North Korea, right? So what does North Korea tell their people? They say America wants to bomb us. Like, for decades and decades, they've been telling their people that America wants to attack. America is going to attack us. Therefore, we can't feed you. We're putting all the money into the military, right? So what Trump has actually done is like validated their propaganda because it's true now. And so they will put more and more money into their military, and what happens? People starve. So his actions are directly affecting North Korean people. He's not liberating them. He's not doing anything. It's just going to be a massive problem.
If there is war or something bad happen, we might go back to countryside.
Because we're your parents.
It's down south.
Yeah.
And also, if it's possible, we might trip to Australia.
We just don't know at this point. Like, you know, we're so used to sort of tensions of North Korea, so we're used to going on with our lives normally, but there's just this unpredictable nature in it now. So it's sort of like we're not sure, but you can't spend your days just worrying about this, right?
We can't.
So that's the attitude of South Korean people, is like, what can we do about this? We really can't do anything about this. They're focusing on their political concerns at the moment because there's not a president technically at the moment. So there's elections coming up. This is what South Koreans are focusing on at the moment, and this is what South Korea looks like at the moment. Everything is pretty much just normal.
And I understand the other side, they are not putting too much news on social media or like a news article about this situation now, because then a lot of people will freak out and will be disaster. So I think they just control the media a little bit.
I think a lot of Western media is very irresponsible with the way they talk about this type of stuff. You know, they want to have the most clicks, they want to have the most, you know, clickbaity headline, and they want to have it so dramatic like that. And then when you scan down to the bottom of the article, they have some experts that are like, this is unlikely to happen, or this is unlikely to happen, and that. But, you know, people don't read down there. They're just reading the top of it like that. And so I think media being a little bit more careful in Korea can actually be a good thing, because then you don't have everybody freak out. You don't have like shortages because everybody's bought everything and that. I think it's really like that, was it keep calm and carry on? I think that's very much like South Korean motto, just keep going.
And I heard that someone say on social media, the American soldier paid for 12 months of the personal training thing. So
he's not worried about his life.
Yeah, because American soldiers might know about this situation, right? But I think that's kind of joke. But
people are pointing at these things like, well, you know, Americans here are paid 12 months of this, so they're not worried.
So there's not going to have a war or something. Yeah.
There's also, I think, some American politicians are like coming to Seoul soon as well. So they're not going to do something that while there's American politicians in Seoul right at the moment. And it's not just Seoul, actually. Tokyo, they're saying, is at risk as well. So,
yeah, but their main target is Seoul, I think.
What can we do?
There's nothing we can do. That's why I heard that from my friend last night. He said the mask from the for the nuclear bomb after effect. Yeah. Lots of people buy that kind of mask. Yeah.
We have had conversations about this, like if there is something like that happen, where we can go and what we can do. So, you know, we definitely are thinking of strategies. We have strategies, but we just can't spend the whole time being worried about this. It's like people that live right next to a volcano, right? Like an active volcano. The volcano can go anytime. You could die at any time. But of course there's benefits for living where you live. There's benefits for living in Seoul. And we just have to, you know, play it by ear and just day by day see how things are. We can't just like run around like headless chickens being like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So basically, to sum up, it feels like it's more dangerous now. It feels like, you know, in a lot of ways, North Korea is very predictable. Yeah. But Trump is not predictable. So that is what the problem is. You know, we're used to living next to North Korea. We are used to this, you know, the ridiculous stuff they say. And you always need a delicate touch with North Korea, and that doesn't seem to be happening at the moment. So we just don't know at this point. But everything in South Korea is just, you know, it's just normal. Everything, nobody's cancelling plans or anything like that. All we can do is just wait and see what happens.
Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah, and it's not helpful to freak out online to people that you know in South Korea. It's not helpful to tweet them these type of articles or, oh my god, are you okay? What's happening? That doesn't help at all. You have to be, you know, have a mental state where you can just continue your life normally. You can't live in a state of anxiety all the time. So please be considerate if you have friends or family that live in South Korea. Be considerate in how you post things and, you know, how you talk to them and whether you were doing more harm than good in this situation. Okay, so it's Saturday night here. We're still going to go do something for Saturday night. You know, we're not going out in gas masks or anything like that. It's a lovely sunny afternoon. So I hope that puts it into perspective. That's sort of our view right at the moment. In a week's time, it could be completely different, but right now that's what it's like in South Korea.
Keep calm and carry on.
So please subscribe to us if you haven't already. Check out the comics on the blog, Webtoon on webtoons.com, and the...
or to social media.
And we will definitely tweet out if something happens, like, right away. We will let you know. Okay, bye.
Bye. And actually, I was talking with Eugene the other night.
Yeah.
We exercise a lot.
Yeah.
If there's anything like bomb to South Korea to Seoul or something, we just go outside and then go to pizza place and eat so much pizza, hamburgers and everything we want to eat before we die, because
You're on such a strict
diet and then didn't eat much and die. That's so bad. It's so nappy.
There's gonna be like nuclear fallout and you're gonna have like fried chicken, but
yeah,
I can eat it now.
There, I push them, I just eat them and then run away and then eat them and then throw up and eat and then until I die.
Okay.
That's our plan.
Like, I mean, really, people shouldn't have voted for Trump.